We have said time and again, no matter how many ways to Sunday you try to distract somebody from the real issue here and why you don't talk about the critical issues of our time, whether it is about why Ukraine happened, why Gaza happened, why we don't have health care, why we don't have a living wage, why our water is poisoned, why we cannot have any say in how our tax dollars are actually allocated for causes and whatnot.
And tax dollars don't fund spending. Sorry.
Here's the reason. Because our government is corrupt because it's been bought by corporate special interests. So for the people on the political right who constantly talk about how the government is corrupt, you are correct. And this is why, because the very people that you see, like Elon Musk, are the very people that are controlling our government. This has become a playground for the super rich, and it's the tech super rich who already have a masters of the universe Oedipal complex that they deal with on a regular basis. And so that's why when I think about the worst of the worst, I think of Palantir's Alex Karp and how he got caught the other day. Here's a guy who really does believe that he's a god, like he sees himself in a godlike way. Well, somebody decided to confront him at a speech that he was giving the other day.
Did you see this?
Oh, shit.
Like you're one of those people.
Right, he's like demonic. Like the way he got all excited. He's like, oh.
Yeah, he has no give a shit about anybody.
Wait, did I kill some of your family members? Oh, that makes me so excited. Oh.
Yeah. And, well, if you, do you want to hear my answer? Sure, okay. So, I think the primary cause of death to Palestinians. Okay, do you want to hear the answer, or do you want to yell?
I want to know what he thinks is the primary cause of death.
Obviously, so the primary source of death in Palestine is the fact that Hamas has realized that there are millions and millions of useful idiots that will.
If I had a gun right now, I could shoot you and I'd get away with it, lady, just so you know.
Right. But Hamas, of course. It's a noun.
It is a noun.
His physical manifestations, the way he moves, is a person that knows he's being watched. But if this was complete behind closed doors and no one could see it and no one can hear it, he would say, I'm going to suck the soul out of your body.
Well, him and Peter Thiel both to me are like, they look like they're pod people. They're not, these are psychopathic people. This is not normal. This is not normal. Like, and I reject that. I reject the pod people.
But the beautiful thing about it that I want people to understand when they still are going around in circles wondering, why do we have genocide that we're not able to stop? Why do we not have a living wage? Why are all of our jobs being outsourced? Why is so much of our economy so centralized and we are not able to live in all parts of the country to find work and be able to make a living and live off the land and whatnot? It's because of people like him. Alex Karp is one of the main reasons. Palantir is just as guilty as Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. It's all interconnected.
Well, and let's not forget United Healthcare.
Totally.
This man right here.
I mean, all connected.
This man right here is the person who gave the technology to Brian Thompson at United Health to be able to use AI to make basically like a 90%.
Free Luigi.
Yeah, 90% reduction in people's ability to get claims. Which is why if you do not have single payer, if you had single payer health care, you would render people like this completely powerless when it comes to our health in this country. So when people
that's why we don't have single payer health care because of people like him.
Because of people like him.
I'm telling you, we need to make a list like Canary Mission. We need to have a list like they have a list of all of these kinds of people and put it out there, like promoting it like the Canary Mission does.
He is a mass murderer. Alex Karp is a mass murderer, and that is not even it's not even a question of being adjacent. He makes conscious decisions to kill people, and he kills people for money and power.
But then if somebody kills him, it's, oh my God, that's killing him in cold blood. It's out of nowhere. We can't have that kind of violent behavior.
Right.
Blakeley, it was just like
this is violence. What he does is violence.
Blakeley, it's like you were saying earlier about Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss owns and operates the Free Press, which is funded by Zionists who want to facilitate the narrative that there's no genocide, Israel's great, kill all the Palestinians because they're trying to kill us. That's it. It is just another form of mass murder, as far as I'm concerned.
Right, and I'm never going to get over the fact that that clown had the goddamn minerals to name that shit the Free Press. No, that is ridiculous. You don't, what? How do you have the balls to name that propaganda rag the Free Press?
How does the entire leadership of Israel now go on national TV and say we are committing a final solution? Because when you really believe that you're benevolent and you can't be stopped, eventually the pride is the greatest before the fall, and maybe that's what's going to happen. I hope so. But somebody like Alex Karp, this is your enemy. This is your enemy. There's plenty of them out there, and there's bad people on both sides.
That's what I mean. We need a list. We need a master list.
I ain't making no list. I'm just letting people know. If you want to know who's actually making your life fucking miserable to survive in the United States of America.
You mean it's not the immigrants? You mean it's not the immigrants?
Oh, it's totally, excuse me, it's totally the immigrants. It's their fault. They did it all.
The murderers that are all coming over here.
The thing that makes me so insane about it is that I feel like more people would understand that actually billionaires are bad and they are your enemy and they are evil.
Yeah.
If we didn't have so much stupidity and propaganda from the different parties that basically only make it like your billionaire is bad. Like the right wing totally understands why George Soros is bad and Bill Gates is bad, but they don't understand why Elon Musk is bad because their billionaires are good. It's like, no, bro, they're all bad.
All bad.
I will say, though, there's a lot of people on the libertarian right, they're awake and they know the score. They're not all the way completely willing to cut off Trump at this point, but I will tell you, there are so many more people that voted for Trump that are never going to play into that bullshit again in a way that they're not indoctrinated the way that people who still think that Kamala Harris would have been such a better option for president than there's, like you were saying before, there are people who think that the Christian Zionists are more dangerous than the Jewish Zionists. I don't agree, because a substantial portion of the Christian Zionists come from the deep South and the heartland in places where education is not a priority. And they all grow up around the church. They learn a lot of these things. It's indoctrinated from day one, but they are what you would call uninformed. Whereas the Zionist Jews who live in the affluent parts of the United States, they're misinformed, but they are convinced that they are correct because so many of them come from a liberal bend where they believe because they read 50 books a year that makes them better than the next person.
Well, that's just the added layer of privilege. That's their added layer of privilege that shows through that you don't necessarily always see in maybe like Christian Zionists that might not come off that way.
And Blakeley, the other reason you have an opportunity to get to those people that live in places like Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, and the like, is because they are struggling to survive. The people that live in New York City and Washington, D.C., San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Chicago, they're not struggling. They're living very comfortably. And that's why their laissez-faire attitude, like Barry Weiss, is able to show through, because for them, this is a class war, nothing more. And until the people of this country get it, we are going to be stuck with people like Alex Karp even being able to show their faces in public. Guys like him should already be underground in a fucking bunker for the rest of his life. But
I know. Can't they go soon? Can't they go now?
We're working on it, baby.
How much longer do we have to watch him? Is it bad?
Just a few seconds.
Okay.
You're killing my people and you're justifying it because of Hamas or anyone else.
Can we get security up there?
Your AI and your technology from Palantir kills Palestinians.
Mostly terrorists, that's true. She believes I'm evil. I believe she's an unwitting product of an evil force, Hamas. That she unwittingly is part of their strategy, that she is a product.
He doesn't even believe that, though.
And the most important thing, arguably, in the book or what Palantir or what you could learn is, do not become a product of an ideology that sounds sensible.
He doesn't believe that. He absolutely doesn't believe that.
What I found equally impressive
It's
is the fact
infuriating, right?
Like, you got to give him credit for this. He did admit that they are murdering civilians. Well, mostly Hamas. We're killing civilians too, but you know,
again, they don't understand that Hamas is civilians.
It's worse than that. He called all Palestinians terrorists.
Yeah.